Okay, cupcakes, I'm back for intro, and this is going to be a short and sweet review. It's only 33 questions, all right? What is the instrument that measures the volume of inhaled and exhaled air? The instrument is called a spirometer. Not the sphygmo, but this is just spirometer. An elderly patient who has a pulse that is scarcely perceptible, I mean, you can barely feel it, is said to be thready, like strings of thread. A pulse rate over 100 beats per minute is tachycardia. Not tachy, but tachycardia. And a patient who has slow respiration, the first one was heart rate, it ended in cardia. The second one is a slow respiration, that's bradypnea, all right? If they had fast respiration, it'd be tachypnea. And if the other person had a slow heart rate, it'd be bradycardia. All right, what's the medical term for fainting? You just pass out. Okay, it's called syncope. And a patient who is what? Has an elevated body temperature. Could be sick, but no, you don't want to put that. Patient who is either febrile, that's going to be your choice, febrile. The pulse rate may vary with the respiratory rate in pediatric patients. True or false? Yeah, it's true. The pulse rate of a healthy 84-year-old, and it's not me, patient is faster than that of a 42-year-old individual because the aging heart has to beat faster to meet the body's normal homeostasis demands. No, it's false. Patients should be aware that the axillary temperature may be as much as 1 degree less than the child's actual core temperature. And yeah, it's true, but it's not just for child, it's for anybody. Axillary is 1 less. Healthy newborns have the highest age-related normal temperature. No, temperature's everybody 98.6. The range of temperature experienced by healthy adults throughout the day, because your temperature varies a little bit, is a reflection of normal binaural rhythms, and that is true. And the volume of the pulse refers to the length of time between each beat. No, volume is the amount. Okay, which site is used for taking infant's temperature that would give you the most accurate results? Remember, we said it was right here. Anybody remember what that was called? Temporal, because it's right by your temple, the temporal artery. Okay, what pulse can be palpated right here in your throat? You did it for CPR in the adult. It's the carotid. Come down, feel the trachea right next to it. If I get rid of these wrinkles. Okay, what pulse is felt or palpated on the wrist? Radial, and it's on the thumb side. Never use your thumb because your thumb has a pulse of its own. All right? Now, a patient has an oral temperature of 99 degrees Fahrenheit, but the doctor somehow wants you to record it in Celsius. You need to know how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, all right, and get the correct answer. That's all I can tell you. If a bedridden patient has the chills, ooh, and they're shivering, their body temperature would be expected to be what? Increased a little bit because the movement causes heat, all right? And let's see. In a healthy adult at rest, the ratio of respiration to pulse beats is typically 1:4. 1 respiration to 4 heartbeats. Now, none of this is written in stone. Everybody is an individual. And what may be average for one person may not be average for another. That's why we take baseline vital signs, so you know what's average or normal for each patient. All right, binaural rhythm typically varies. Binaural rhythm, that's the temperature, and it's going to vary between 96.7 and 99 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what your temperature varies throughout the day. It just happens, all right? Common pediatric pulse arrhythmia that varies with breathing is called Right here, what's right here? You get a headache. Sinus arrhythmia. It's not has nothing to do with your sinuses. Sinus arrhythmia. The internal function of the body is constantly adapting and changing to keep the body in balance, and maintenance of this complex process is called homeostasis. Homeostasis. When documenting the temperature reading on a patient's chart, what abbreviation should be used to indicate you took it orally? None. You don't have to indicate that. That's just understood. That's how you took it. Okay? Now, if you take it anyplace else, AX under the arm, R for rectal. Okay? One of the contraindications to use the tympanic thermometer is otitis externa. Oto means ear. Itis is inflammation. The beginning of a word is always going to, a medical term, is always going to tell you the body part. The end of the term is going to tell you what's going on with it. So we have otitis, ear inflammation. And externa just means it's the outer ear. So you would not do a tympanic temperature on somebody with an outer ear infection, all right? And when you're taking the pulse, where should the position of the artery be measured in relation to the level of the heart? Like you're taking a pulse, you're going to hold the arm way, oh look at that, that's gross. Way up here? No. You're going to hold it way down by your ankles? No. It should be below or at the same level. So, a little bit below, not down to your feet, below or at the same level. And what kind of pulse rate is typically found in a well-conditioned athlete? And that would be 50 to 60 beats per minute. Remember, their heart does not have to beat as often because it's muscle, it's working out. The medical term for an oral temperature above 99.5 is pyrexia. Pyrexia. I know feeble comes in sometimes, but one of your choices is pyrexia. All right, let's see what we got here. If a patient's mother, a pediatric patient, of course, calls to make an appointment, and she reports that her son has had elevated temperature for 24 hours, but it's been ranging from like 99 to 102. What kind of temperature is she describing? Remittent. It never goes back to normal. It's just higher, and then back down, but not to normal. Let's see. What assessment is not a cardinal sign? That was one of the last things I wrote on that addendum, all right? Temperature, pulse, respiration, and blood pressure are cardinal signs. Height and weight are not, okay? It's not a cardinal sign. If the patient comes into the office and they're anxious, let's say they had to park a block away, like my husband said, like Toto said the other day, they had to park a block away and run to get to the office. The elevator was broken, they had to take the steps, and they get up there, well, you're going to find that their pulse is going to probably be increased, okay? The respiration may be increased too, but this one deals with the pulse. If the patient is having difficulty breathing, what is the medical term for that? Dyspnea. Remember, pnea, P-N-E-A, means breathing. Dys is difficult or painful. What would you consider a normal pulse for an average size 37-year-old patient? About 60 to 80 beats per minute. That's anybody, okay? Average pulse rate is 60 to 80 beats per minute. I know this was short and sweet, but that's all we got, loves. 33 questions, all right? And like I said, we're doing my birthday lunch at work tomorrow, so maybe a little crazy, but I'm gonna, oh wait, I gotta tell you something. Hold on. I'm glad I thought about it. Don't move. On question number 1 on the test, you're gonna hear this from me. This is a condition in which the heart is, now the question reads, this is a condition in which the heart is unable its required amount of blood. They forgot a few words. This is a condition in which the heart is unable to pump its required amount of blood. That's the first question. That's the only boo-boo. So this is a condition in which the heart is unable to pump the required amount of blood. All right? Okay, glad I got that straightened out. All right, love muffins, I will see you all tomorrow. Good luck on the test, study. And if you're one of the ladies that has not sent in your virtual library or your flip cards, you're getting in deep doo-doo here, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you. You're adults. You better be responsible. You're going to have people's lives in your hands. Yeah, okay? And you go to school with other people. You know yourself, if you walked into a dental office and saw a certain person working there now that wasn't too good in school, oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, y'all do well. I'll see you tomorrow.